Title: The Abandoned Tunnelants. Upon a moonless night, 5 adventurous souls ventured into the heart of an abandoned tunnel that had long been shrouded in darkness and mystery. Among them were 3 brave young men and 2 fearless girls. They were determined to explore the secrets hidden within the tunnel. But little did they know the terror that awaited them in the depths. As they entered the tunnel's gaping maw, an eerie chill sent shivers down their spines. The air was thick with an unsettling silence, and the only sound was the echo of their footsteps against the damp, moss-covered walls. The flickering light from their flashlights cast eerie shadows that seemed to dance with malevolent intent. Their journey into the abyss took them deeper and deeper into the heart of darkness. The walls of the tunnel seemed to close in around them, and the weight of the earth above pressed down on their shoulders. The air grew colder with each step, and their breath formed ghostly clouds in front of their faces. Suddenly, the group stumbled upon an alcove littered with the remnants of what appeared to be a makeshift camp. Tattered blankets and old newspapers lay strewn about, and the stench of decay hung heavy in the air. The group exchanged nervous glances, realizing they were not alone in the tunnel. Fear gnawed at their hearts as they considered who might have inhabited this forsaken place. Continuing their journey, they came across a series of strange markings etched into the walls. Bizarre symbols and cryptic messages seemed to tell a story of despair and madness. It was clear that someone had spent a long time in this subterranean world, leaving behind only their tormented thoughts. As they ventured deeper into the tunnel, the group began to hear faint whispers, like the haunting echoes of long-forgotten voices. The air grew heavy with malevolence, and the sense of being watched became palpable. Panic set in as they realized that the tunnel was not as abandoned as they had thought.
Then, out of the darkness, a bone-chilling wail pierced the silence, freezing them in their tracks. The flashlight beams quivered as their trembling hands tried to pinpoint the source of the haunting sound. Shadows danced on the walls, taking on grotesque forms that seemed to move closer with every
passing moment. Suddenly, the group felt a presence behind them, an unseen force closing in. They turned to face the unimaginable, a figure with no face, a faceless specter, a phantom of pure malevolence. The entity bore no eyes, no mouth, no humanity, only a void of darkness where a face should have been. With a collective scream, the group fled deeper into the tunnel, their hearts pounding in terror. But the faceless specter pursued them relentlessly, its malevolent intentions clear. They were trapped in a nightmare, pursued by an entity they could not comprehend. As they ran, they stumbled upon the remains of those who had come before them, lifeless bodies, cold and pale, their eyes forever frozen in terror. The tunnel had claimed many victims over the years, and now it hungered for more. The group's terror reached a fever pitch as they realized the tunnel had become their tomb. With every turn, the walls seemed to close in, and the malevolent whispers grew louder. The faceless specter drew closer, its shadowy form merging with their own. Their flashlight beams flickered and died, plunging them into total darkness. The chilling wails and agonized whispers echoed in their ears, and the faceless specter's presence enveloped them. The abandoned tunnel had claimed its newest victims, their screams forever lost in its cold and forgiving embrace. Their fate served as a chilling warning to all who dared to enter. The tunnel was not abandoned, but cursed. a place where darkness and despair reigned supreme, and where the faceless specter awaited its next prey. As the group moved deeper into the abyss, the very walls of the tunnel seemed to come alive with sinister graffiti. Strange symbols pulsed with an otherworldly energy, and they felt as if they were trapped in an eldritch nightmare. It was clear that the tunnel had witnessed unspeakable horrors over the years. A faceless specter continued its relentless pursuit. Drawing nearer with each agonizing step, the group's breaths were ragged, and their hearts pounded like drums in their chests. Their only hope was to find an escape, a glimmer of light in the endless darkness that surrounded them. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a decrepit chamber deep within the tunnel. The walls were covered in macabre paintings, depicting scenes of violence and suffering. In the center of the chamber stood a rusted, blood-stained altar, an eerie relic of some long-forgotten ritual. Desperation drove them to make a harrowing decision. They would make a stand in the chamber, hoping to confront the faceless specter and put an end to the terror that had consumed them. The girls clutched makeshift weapons, while the boys prepared to face the unknown with grim determination. The chamber grew colder as an ominous presence descended upon them. Whispers of agony and despair echoed through the air, and the walls seemed to pulsate with a malevolent energy. Suddenly, the faceless specter emerged from the shadows, its form even more grotesque up close. With a surge of courage, they confronted the specter, shouting words of defiance and desperation. It lashed out, its touch like ice, sending shockwaves of pain through their bodies. But they fought back, swinging their weapons with all their might. In the midst of the struggle, the chamber itself seemed to rebel against the horror within it. The walls cracked, and the grotesque paintings began to bleed, as if the very tunnel itself wanted to expel the malevolence that had plagued it for so long. With a final, desperate blow, one of the boys shattered the altar at the center of the chamber. A blinding light erupted, and the faceless specter let out an agonized howl. Before dissipating into the ether, the chamber collapsed, burying the horror within its depths. As the dust settled and the darkness receded, the group emerged from the ruins of the tunnel, battered and bruised, but alive. The malevolent presence that had haunted the tunnel for so long was no more. They had survived the unspeakable horrors of the abandoned tunnel. Their bond stronger than ever, they had faced their deepest fears and emerged victorious, forever bound by the nightmarish ordeal they had endured. But as they walked away from the cursed tunnel, they couldn't help but wonder if the faceless specter was truly gone, or if it would return to haunt the nightmares of those who dared to enter the depths of the unknown. The mystery of the abandoned tunnel would continue to linger, a chilling reminder of the darkness that could lurk just beneath the surface of the world.